Yes. Check here like troubleshooting common always on issues. So like troubleshooting applications means like any application connectivity in general. It's like connection string should use ODBC or SQL OLEDP in SQL native client. The application are generally remember if you want to connect by default we have seen whenever we are connecting with listener name, comma port number, yeah, or listener virtual IP, comma port number. By default, it is connecting to primary replica, but we can mention here application intent. Application intent equal to read only. In that case, remember like we have to mention this. If we use this extra parameters here in the connection string, it will redirect connection to secondary replica automatically. Sometimes it is saying application reconnects takes 1 minute 30 seconds, even though failure of database takes 6 to 10 seconds. Here. Within 6 to 10 seconds, database failure was done successfully. Means what? Secondary has become primary replica. But application is not connecting immediately. It is taking 1 minute 30 seconds. You can say. Okay. Here see filtered drive like antivirus may be causing the slowness in the connection. Check if antivirus is up to date. Okay. And if SQL files are excluded as the antivirus software, we say problem may be with the antivirus software. Application or OSQL using always on database gets disconnected when executing a failure of the availability. Means what? Whenever we are doing failure, application is automatically disconnected, it is saying. This is expected. Application should have connection retry logic, right? Why? Because second server becomes second second server database comes on it. That's when front application part the retry logic should be there. Correct, right? Retry logic should be there actually. So yeah. So means a connection to front end part is done. So it will connect to which replica, secondary replica automatically if the retry logic is there. Application hang after always on group failover. Okay, application is hanging once the failover happens, is right. If Java based application, then Java does not have command timeout. Okay, timeout command is not there in Java, it is saying. But .NET has 30 seconds default command timeout. That's why .NET has no issue. Okay, so that's why it's saying command timeout should be set in what Java application it is saying to avoid this problem. Application connects to primary replica every time, even when the parameter connection intent read only is specified in the connection string. We also know if this connection intent read only is specified, generally it will connect to which replica? Secondary replica for read only, to work only with which command? Select command. But remember, like here, even this is mentioned in the application connection string. Application is automatically connecting to which replica? Primary replica. It is not connecting to secondary replica is saying. Check if routing URL is defined for each server and if routing list was also not defined. Generally, we have this problem Microsoft is saying. In general, here in the routing list is nothing but remember in the routing list we can mention the server names actually means like yeah primary replica server name and second is replica server name. If the database part is omitted in connection string that has availability group listener, read-only routing does not work. Database is equal to database name also must be mentioned in the connection string. Intermittent timeout only for some application. These applications are hosted on Linux or Linux. These are the very good question answers are there. You can go through. Today, like if you put experience of 3, 4 plus, compulsory they are asking say more questions on always on. After failure of availability group from one subnet to another, the ping command from the remote client is not resolving to newly current active IP. DNS entry for the listener network name shows IPs of both subnets. In general, remember like multi-subnet, we have seen it. Like one node may be there in one subnet, another node may be there in different region, in different subnet. Means different subnet means generally different data center. Okay. In that case, remember, like whenever this primary replica down, which is there in Hyderabad region, for example, secondary replica is there in Mumbai region, but in different IP range actually. That IP we have to activate separately, manually we have to update in the connection history. Why? Because two different listeners are there, two different IPs are Recent error TCP provider error 0, an operation on a socket could not be performed because the system lacked sufficient buffer space or because a queue was full. He's saying netstat output may show hundreds of entries in time wait state, leading to buffer or port extraction. Add registry settings for max user port. Change in the registry history for max user to generate the extra ports. Steps they have given here. Troubleshooting performance. Frequently asked questions are there, like the performance related questions. Disks are not detected if there is only one node at the secondary side. Just to go through one time. SQL Server agent jobs does not automatically fail when participating in always on. Why? Because jobs does not automatically fail correct only, right? Why? Because two copies of databases are there. This is by design. Suggestion is to create the job at both primary and secondary. And then we have to backup job I have created first in secondary. Then I have generated the script of the job, right? Same script I have run in primary also. So that tomorrow secondary is done, same backup will work in what primary. Include logic in a job step that checks the role description. Already we have seen a role description was there. Right, is primary, one it was showing, right? Primary. then execute the job. If the role description is secondary, then exit the job. This is the command option. The job steps, this command was there, right? If statement was there, actually. If it is 1, then job is executed, otherwise not executed. Reason why the secondary replica becomes unavailable when SQL Server service is stopped on primary replica. In primary replica node, once the primary replica SQL Server is stopped, the secondary replica becomes unavailable. It is saying by this is expected increment the maximum number of failures during failover period. Actually, at we have seen for always some platform is Windows cluster. In Windows cluster levels here, one property is there. This property is there. The maximum number of failures during the period means within 6 hours, maximum automatic failures are 1. For example, within 6 hours. Suppose already within 6 hours failure happen. Once again, if failure happen, then automatically secondary is unavailable. Means automatically secondary is not becoming primary. We have to increase this value. I will show you in the next module. Anyhow, clustering we are starting. Primary replica database becoming unresponsive. Check it, not responding actually to the applications or front-end part. While checking root cause, ensure latest SQL or Windows fixes and can set the following on availability group so that they are not adversely affected by any non-yielding events. Set the availability group failure condition level to 1, which will reduce the SQL Server symptoms that can result in health detection failure alert. To specifically address the least timeout, increase the availability group health check timeout settings from default 30 seconds to a higher settings. Okay, just questions on secondary replica. The function sys.fnhdr backup is preferred replica return 0, no matter what the backup preference is set to. This thing. Check if server name returns correct value on that server. Sometimes once we rename the servers here, this server name means display name will be different, server name will be different. If it is exactly same name it is written, then we don't have problem. This is like very good FAQs are there. Go through one time related to what all this are important for us. Okay, right.